Hey team, Claire here from My Mortgage, and today I want to talk about guarantees, something we're getting a lot of questions about lately as people are looking to help children or other family members to buy properties. And one of the first questions that come up is, can my parents just provide a guarantee? Well, this used to be super simple. The banks used to just go, hey parents, here's a bit of paper, you can sign that, and if they don't pay their loan, we've then got the ability to sell your house, to repay that debt, and ensure everybody's happy from a bank perspective. However, that has all changed now with the Responsible Lending Code that came in, quite a few years ago now. Banks are now under a very strict jurisdiction to actually look at borrowers and ensure that anyone who's providing a guarantee actually needs to be able to service the lending. What that means is that for parents who might have been over a long period of time acquired some equity, maybe nearing retirement age by the time they're looking to help their kids into a property. That then presents a little bit of a challenge from a serviceability perspective to have parents providing guarantees for a full amount of lending. So, what we often do is a couple of different options. Firstly, we look to see whether or not the parents might have a possibility of borrowing a little bit of money against their property to top up a deposit to 20%. For example, this could be 50 grand, 70 grand, something like that, which will support the children or the borrowers in terms of deposit, getting them to that sweet spot of 20%, and then usually being able to do a loan standalone. Secondly, there are gifts or loan scenarios where parents can decree that essentially if they are gifting or loaning that money, that the borrowers or the children have to pay that back if they sell the property, or sometimes they repay it by topping up their mortgage as their equity grows. So there's always options in that respect. The key thing that we're always looking at and we want to make really, really clear is the liability. So when you're providing a guarantee, the liability for a parent or someone supporting a borrower is quite considerable. If that borrower is carrying out, say, taking out a $550,000 loan, and particularly if you're nearing retirement or you're at a time of life that you actually want to have a bit of spare money to go and do some things and enjoy life, a liability of another $550,000 can be actually a little bit restrictive. It also means that parents who might then own businesses or want to buy beach properties or rental properties themselves are then actually restricted. So that's why we do recommend the topping up of deposit, or even in some small cases, joint ownership, which supports both parties to grow some equity over time. These are all very specific to situations. So if you do want to talk to us about what may be best for you, reach out, mymortgage.co.nz, speak to one of our awesome advisors, Amber, Greg, or Adam, or myself, and we can have a bit of a yarn about what fits for you and your situation and get you into your first home quicker. Talk soon.